This is the Riot Podcast.
So this week is an important week for the Riot. As we get ready for Thursday, whenever you're listening to this podcast, we will be having a special Riot Live Facebook event, the first one of this kind. We're doing a live game night.
Yes, indeed.
So we're playing Ticket to Ride this Thursday at 9 p.m. So if you're normally a podcast listener, but you'd like to watch us host a special show, that'll be with Hudson, too. And you can watch that at RadioU or RadioU Right on our Facebook pages.
It's going to be so much fun that this podcast features us arguing about it already.
Oh, does it?
As a matter of fact, it does.
The party has started early.
Already the problems are beginning to emerge.
The cracks are starting to show. And then tomorrow we'll be talking about snacks. Hudson should come in tomorrow along with a food fight. So expect more of it the rest of the entire week.
Angry people?
Yeah.
That's what we do. Angry?
Not angry people. And I don't think that's the right word.
What's the right word?
Emotional, passionate.
Passionate. That's a good one. I think that's a good one.
Yeah, like we're excited and we care.
Now we're starting to switch it up again.
Now we're live.
Now we're switching it up again, but okay. All right. Okay.
So we hope to see you on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on our Facebook page.
So in the podcast today, the most important thing is a new Coke Freestyle machine. We also talk
the 9100?
The 9100. We also talk about Android getting Fortnite, sneaking into high school, Xbox tweeting at me, new Krispy Kreme donuts, the smell of Play-Doh, and Wolf Warrior 2.
There's a lot of talk. You might not hear it all in the podcast, but there was a lot of talk about Wolf Warrior 2.
Well, I just left it at one break.
You just have one?
I just left it at one. There were others, but we just left it at one. So
better you guys don't hear all of it.
It's fine. It's fine. So you guys enjoy the podcast, and, you know where we'll be.
Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Baby's crying. Nails on a chalkboard. Your girlfriend saying, "We need to talk." The worst of the riot. Yep, it really is that bad on RadioU.
If you haven't made it to see Avengers Infinity War, don't bother. There's no need.
Why?
Because I just got the home video release details.
Oh, yeah. I'm always curious. It seems like for some movies, they go super fast.
Yeah.
For others, you're waiting forever and there's no reason.
Okay, so if you're one of those people that just buys them digitally, July 31st.
It'll come out earlier?
Yeah, the Blu-ray, DVD, 4K, all that stuff, August 14th.
Pretty close.
I guess it's May right now. For some reason, in my mind, we're at the end of June.
No,
and I know
not.
That's not true.
But it felt quicker to you. I thought, that's a pretty good amount of time in between. You might still see it in theaters.
When I really look at the fact that today is May 21st, there's part of me, I don't know why. That just seems like it's, just days away. But it's not. You've still got 2 months. But there's just, for some reason, when they tell me when it's coming out on video, I'm just like,
Even that, I don't feel like they normally tell us as fast as this one is.
Well, they want you to make plans.
And be ready.
I guess.
Start saving your money.
Well, I checked on Avengers over the weekend, and even with Deadpool, it was still like the Avengers. It was like a train schedule. Every 30 minutes, a train for Avengers Infinity War leaves the station.
I went to see a movie about 3 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I've been to the theater at that time before. And let's just say it's normally not crowded. It was so crowded. It was all either Deadpool or Avengers. There was nothing else. Or the Royal Wedding, which I think was done with.
Yeah, I think that was over around noon.
Yes, so I don't think anybody was still hanging around from that, but it was a madhouse.
People keep talking about when's the, superhero bubble going to burst, but apparently no time soon. Because, think about that. 2 Marvel movies, and I know one of them's a Fox movie, et cetera, et cetera. But, Marvel characters just absolutely owning the box office. They're competing with themselves at this point.
To me, though, I never count Deadpool as like a part of the...
He's not a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
He's not. And to me, sometimes I feel like that bubble that might burst, to me, only feels like an Avengers or a Marvel sort of thing.
Yeah.
Not even DC, because I feel like they don't
even have a bubble.
They don't have a bubble to burst quite yet.
Their bubble can't
not
burst.
Yet.
They're over there like, I swear we're going to blow up this bubble. I swear
promise
we
we'll
are.
have something. So to me, I feel like it's purely out of that universe.
Yeah. Well, here you go. My Avengers Infinity War, July 31st and or August 14th. You know what? Maybe I could get that as part of my back-to-school boutique gift item.
Your party bag?
Well, it's like, you go and you get all the stuff you're supposed to get, and then you're like, Mom, can't we just get this movie? I mean, we're buying all this other crap. Can I put this in the cart, please? She'd be like, yes. And I would get it.
So that would be nice.
I mean, I don't know that that's going to happen, but it could.
We'll see. So Deadpool 2 brought in $125 million for North America and $176.3 million internationally over the weekend, which means it has the second highest opening ever for a R-rated movie.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Love that explicit stuff. Bring it on. I kid. I did not go see Deadpool last weekend. I got to get back on the movie train. I haven't been to the movies since Avengers. So
I mean, that wasn't that long ago.
Like 2 weeks.
You're right. It's been a bit.
And when you got a movie pass, every day you don't go, you're losing money.
You're losing out on it.
The Riot with Obadiah.
Them honey buns and Cheetos done caught up with me.
The Riot with Nikki.
Yeah, she's a liar, because I don't know her. So whatever she says is a lie, so...
The Riot, RadioU.
So I realize, of course, that you've already got the Avengers coming home to look forward to. But I've got one more summer item that is going to, if everything works out, it's going to keep you inside all summer. You'll never have to go outside the entire summer. Won't that be a
safer,
relief
better,
that you won't have to go outside? I'm talking about Fortnite. Epic has confirmed that even though it's on iOS right now and you're always watching your friends have all the fun and your parents buy you an Android and I hate my life. Is
it coming to Android?
It's coming to Android this summer.
You could have just said that.
Could. I could have, but let's get real for just a minute. So,
I actually thought it was on Android, but you're right, it's not.
It's not. It's only on iOS right now. The other day, I thought I saw somebody playing it on Android, and they were just watching a stream.
Oh.
So I got excited, and I was like, hey, is that... Oh, never mind. It's fine. Though at this point, my Android phone is probably old enough that it's not even going to play it anyway.
It's not going to even work on it.
My phone right now is just like, Twitter, I can't. I just can't. It's too much work. Too many texts. I can't do it.
So when did you say it should be coming out on Android for Fortnite?
Here's the thing, Nikki.
It's not a confirm. Is this a rumor?
No, it's not a rumor. They've come out and said, yes, it's coming. But they don't like to be nailed down to things like calendars and dates.
In case something does not work.
It's one of those, it'll work when it's ready.
And honestly, the main reason is Android phones, for the one side where people are like, oh, I'm so glad there's some differences between the phones. And I wouldn't want to be on an iPhone where it's just all, one main operating system. The Android phones, believe it or not, have such a variation between each model that to send a game out, it's pretty difficult and it can take some more time because you're not just sending it out to one. It has to work with a bunch of them, and it probably won't even still work with all of them.
Oh, no, it certainly won't.
Yeah,
that's
the way it is.
The other thing they said that they're working on right now is adding voice chat to mobile. So you'll be able to talk with the people that you're playing with. Mm-hmm. They're also looking at talking to friends on other platforms. So let's say you've got a friend playing on Xbox, but you're playing on your iPhone. You would still be able to talk to them. They also say they're looking to improve visual quality, introduce a battery saving mode, and some kind of a stat tracking thing that they're working on right now. So if you're playing a lot of Fortnite Mobile, they hear you.
And more is coming.
And they're continuing to work on it because right now Fortnite is printing money. So, maybe you could buy a costume while you're there or a dance or something.
You're like, I haven't bought myself real clothes in years, but I've got a lot of costumes.
Imagine a world where the Riot never talks and it's glorious RadioU music for hours on end. Now, imagine the opposite of that. You're already there. It's the worst of the Riot on RadioU.
Starbucks made an announcement on Saturday. Just come on in.
Come on into the building? They don't want us to drive through anymore?
You don't. No. It's not that. You don't have to buy anything. You just come on in. You don't have to. You want to use the bathroom? Come on in. It's fine. So from now on, Starbucks is your little hangout spot, and you can just do whatever you want in there.
Is this in result? Because I remember they had said a week or so ago, and I didn't know they had this rule. You're not just supposed to go in and use the bathroom. They'd be mad about that. But now they're allowing people just to go in and use the facilities if you need to.
Right.
Or so now you can just hang out and sit, and you don't need to order anything.
That's correct. This all stems back to, in Philadelphia, April 12th, there were 2 gentlemen that were arrested for just sitting in Starbucks. And so the manager had them arrested for loitering or like whatever it was. And Starbucks, of course, there was a huge black eye for them because, you've got 2 African-American men being arrested by police. It was bad across the board. And so, as a result, they
said that, yeah.
Yeah, and have they already done the shutdown thing, or is that still yet to happen?
No, I don't know. Does anybody work at Starbucks? They were supposed to have 1 day of retraining for because of those problems, just to have staff trained and how to deal with customers in a better way.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's happened yet or not, but this new policy says, look, you can come to Starbucks, sit down, not order anything.
Can you move in?
Well,
I guess during just business hours.
I'll have to say that it is one of those things where you look at it. Maybe they have something.
This is where they've gone from one way all the way to the right side, and then give it a year or so when people will take advantage of it because that's just what happens, and then they're going to have to pull back a little bit.
Oh, this is interesting. The 2 guys, Rashawn Nelson and Dante Robinson, who were arrested, they agreed to, this is actually pretty sweet, like they were in some sort of a lawsuit with the city. They agreed to receive a payment of $1 each, and they want the city to fund a $200,000 grant program for high school students for becoming entrepreneurs.
Very nice. That's a good way to use that.
I don't know that is a settled deal yet. That might be just what they're asking for, but that's something. Okay, no, you know what? I just found out the Starbucks thing is May 29th. Is when they're going to shut down.
Michelle just texted in and said the Tuesday after Memorial Day, they'll be closed, except Target, Starbucks will still be open.
Because they don't care how they treat you in Target. They're just like, whatever. Get some popcorn and shut up.
They like that attitude to match the attitude of Target as well for those employees. So, actually, I've never had a problem at a Target, so it's not like anyone's mean there that I've come against.
I just assume that's what it must be like.
Yeah, it must be. That is funny. You would think that they would close too, but it's different.
Well, they're not. Well, you know what, though? At a Target, that Starbucks, you already can do what you want. You just wander in. Seriously, though, it's their cafe. You can just go in there and sit down. They don't care. So
this is more, well, then I wonder for grocery stores. We have a ton of grocery stores that have Starbucks in there, too.
Do you think it's probably the same?
So are they not going to close down as well? It's just freestanding or Starbucks, like their standalone stores?
Yeah. Even though this is their policy, like I will sometimes take my laptop and go to a coffee shop and work. Yeah, I know nice. That's so cliche, but I always buy a cup of coffee when I go in there.
We mentioned it before, but the new one down the road from us, while you're closing for sensitivity training, could you also just retrain?
How about just training?
Just training, because it's just not as good as other ones have been.
This is the
We've
window.
Been disappointed.
This is where you hand the coffee to the people out the window.
You must make the coffee each day so that you're not out of it every day.
We're a coffee establishment. We make the coffee.
It's just something.
When someone comes to the drive-thru speaker, talk to them.
I just need a couple of more hours of training.
That's fine. And then could they do that at the McDonald's too?
The Riot is an award-winning morning show.
It's literally a medal for sucking. Now that is a medal for trying.
Okay.
Radio U.
I want you to practice this. I want you to bring kindfulness
They're
to
saying
the table.
Mindfulness isn't it anymore.
It's so
That's
last year.
So last thing. Now it's about kindness.
Right? No.
Wait.
Kindfulness.
Kindfulness, that's it.
So the idea is that you want to be
Combining them
present
together.
in the moment, take a deep breath, focus on the physical sensations, the feeling, ground yourself in the moment, and then make a choice to be kind.
So they're saying the kindfulness is like the new movement they would like everybody to start practicing.
I like it.
I think it's good. It's never bad to be kind, is it? Or even mindfulness, or put them all together.
Put them
great.
together. They say, mindfulness, this is a whole other discussion we could have, because I've been reading about how some people talk about mindfulness as a treatment for depression, and other people are like, no, it makes it worse.
Sure.
So, like, it depends. But, Nikki, it changes everything when you've got the K. Because when it's mindfulness puts the focus on you a lot of times.
But kindness
so
is...
the idea would be get rooted in the moment and then turn the focus outward onto treating the people around you with kindness.
You know, this weekend I had a problem with...
People?
Well, yeah. Like, I had 4 people cut in front of me in various ways, in, like, rude ways of, like, apparently we weren't going fast enough, or this person just felt like they needed to go faster. Not in just cars, but, like, in person.
Even worse.
I had a real problem with that this weekend. I was just like, what is going on? I actually said something out loud. I said, oh, excuse me, this person needs to go around us much faster. And I never do that. I was just so tired of it that when I saw the article, I was like, you know what? They need to learn that. They need to be kind to other people and stop ditching everybody.
You know what?
And then I could also remember that as well.
Well, I was just going to say, like, who was less kind? That's like the lady that thought
I was very kind.
Cutting in front of her in the line at the store. I just didn't see the line. There was a gap in the line.
Sure.
So I was like, oh, this line's not very long. And then this lady she's like, he doesn't know where the...
This guy knew what he was doing, and I was very nice. I could have been way...
You were kindfulness?
I was trying to be kindfulness, but I just thought, we all need to slow down and just be kind to one another and mindful of what's going on.
Okay.
So that's kind of what the combination is about.
Well, Nikki, that could have been your billion-dollar word if you would have combined them both together.
Put them together at that moment. Like, sir, do you know what kindfulness is?
Well, it's a new word
and
coined
you don't know
by
it yet.
this psychotherapist named Padraig Moraine.
It's been around, too, there's been a few other books for kindful. Yeah, just for a few others.
No, I've heard of kindness.
Sure, but no, this is kindfulness.
So this guy teaches a series of exercises about loving yourself regardless of flaws and then turning that outward towards other people. So 9 shortcuts to kindfulness. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Soften your voice.
Nice.
Be attentive. Mm-hmm. Small is beautiful. So
this is the sizest thing.
Tiny things make a difference. Calling a friend or just saying something nice to a friend, text them or something. Do something for nothing, using your skills to help other people. Say that you're sorry. If you snapped at someone, go back and apologize.
Even if you don't feel it at the moment.
That's like my whole life.
A lot of apologies.
Every day I'm just like, I'm sorry I said that. Be kind to unkind people.
Oh,
like people that are passing you and they're like, you get them out of the way.
Oh, sorry. That's a hard one to work on.
Give others the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me read you this. The person who just cut in front of you might be having a tough time.
He wasn't.
It says it.
He wasn't.
It says it right there.
He wasn't. He knew what he was doing.
This is for you. Leave home a minute earlier.
Oh, that's a good idea. So you're not so stressed, and then that can then make your stressfulness be put on somebody else's with your bad attitude.
Yep, that's it. Kindfulness, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and add a 10th step here. When watching your favorite show's Facebook video, say nice things to them.
On Thursday? Mm-hmm. So if you're joining us for our game night on Thursday night, let's remember, kindfulness comments only.
Yep, that's right. Be kind.
I like that list.
Beautiful eulogy, Messiah.
You should get it saved on your phone so then if someone offends you, you're like, wait a minute.
Hang on, I got to check the list.
I got to check my list off while I'm dealing with you.
So mad at you right now.
The worst of the riot has no expiration date. It's born spoiled. It's the riot on RadioU.
Guys, it's big. What's the most important thing that's happened in the last 10 years? Wait for it.
It's like, wait, what?
I want you to take a couple of minutes, like take a deep breath. Don't answer right away.
And think about it.
The answer is obviously the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine.
Oh, you're right.
I mean, there's been a lot of things that have happened, but none that have had the potential
impact
for our soda future.
You're right.
That's exactly right. But what has been one of our common complaints?
We can't get one in here.
Okay, you know what? That is actually the best answer. I'm looking for best answer number 2.
Usually the only negative we find with freestyle machines is if someone's not like fixing them and they're always out of certain things.
You know what? That's the second best answer.
I'm not
looking
getting
for the third best answer.
Then I don't know. What is it?
Well, what I wanted to say is they're freaking slow.
the
touchscreen
controls?
interface.
Yeah.
It's the worst. If you find a Pepsi Spire machine, which is like Pepsi's like, we can freestyle too.
It's a very nicely set up machine. The problem is it is limited in what we like to drink.
Yeah.
So we don't normally like it, but it is faster. Maybe because it doesn't feature as many things.
Maybe, but like the interface for the Pepsi Freestyle is so fast, and the Coke Freestyle is just like... Hey,
the freestyle
guys,
one feels every time like it needs a reboot.
Want some soda?
And then you click it a few times.
Yeah, you have to keep pushing the button. It's not working.
Then it jumps past what you want, finally when it catches up with itself.
Well, Nikki, I want to introduce you to something.
What is
I want
it?
to introduce you to the Coca-Cola Freestyle 9100.
Is this a new model?
New model.
Woo! All right.
It is a new model that, of course, will come with 200 drink options, and it will begin rolling out. Well, we don't know exactly when it's going to show up in stores, but I do know that this week in Chicago, they're having the National Restaurant Association Trade Show, and they will be unveiling the Coca-Cola Freestyle 9100, and we should start seeing it in stores next year.
Will you know what it looks like, or will you be able to tell?
You know what? If you're familiar with the Freestyle, when you see it, you will know.
You can tell.
It also looks like they have like some smaller, like maybe a couple of other new ones, though they're not described in the article. But in this photo, I'm seeing the Freestyle we have now, the 9100, and then two smaller, like desktop-looking options.
Perfect for work.
Perfect for, I don't know, a studio or break room.
Oh, we might have to look at that. I'm watching a video of the new Coca-Cola Freestyle 9100. So.
One of the things that they're touting for this is that you'll be able to connect to it via Bluetooth, which I guess will just make it faster because...
For your drink order from your phone from the app?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a Freestyle app on my phone that when you use it properly, you can go over, you scan the QR code, which I know is ancient, but whatever. And truth be told, I don't know how it sends the data, but it wasn't via Bluetooth because my Bluetooth was off, and I was able to create custom mixes on my phone. So they're saying it'll use Bluetooth, which I assume will make for a faster connection. But
looks nice.
It looks fantastic, and you'll notice it's now available in black, which I feel like would really fit in here where everything's black.
Well, keep an eye on the smaller version. Maybe that'll fit better in here.
Oh, it would be perfect.
Just as a starter freestyle machine.
just a place. I mean, we grow from there. And you know what? From now on, can we just refer to it as the 9100?
And then we'll just know that that's a new Coke freestyle machine.
All right, guys. So from now on, 9100.
That's what that means.
Not till next year. Well, the good news is we found one more reason to stay alive until next year. So if you didn't have anything to live for,
you do now.
The Freestyle 9100. Woo!
Thanks for bringing the news to us.
Yep.
The Riot has a problem with authority.
It's a little rule. Maybe you're not familiar with it. Nobody tells me what to do, ever.
Let's face it. If you could bring your college and or adult level skills to bear on high school, you could really have something there, right? You could really make it come together.
Well, sure, because you'd know more.
You've learned enough, again, college, school of hard knocks, wherever you've been attending, that you could go back to high school and make it work. And that's exactly what Rashawn Richardson was thinking.
But you're not supposed to. Every so often we get these articles of people who are like, yeah, I didn't make the team in college, or you didn't do something, so you go back and try to restart, so then you'll be better, and then maybe you'll get picked up somewhere.
Hey, man, he led his basketball team to the playoffs this winter.
But he wasn't. He was too old.
Hillcrest High School in Dallas, right? He was dropping at least 30 points a game.
Yeah.
Like, he was having an amazing season. 17 years old. Except he was 25.
Jeez, that's way too old. I mean, every so often you hear like a 19 or a 20-year-old, but that's way old for that.
And the problem is Rashawn was actually Sydney. Sydney Gilstrap Portley was his actual name. And
he's lying about everything.
He is. Oh, yeah. He created
identity and everything.
He created this entire identity. And what he did was he was in the district and he said, hey, that he was a displaced refugee of Hurricane Harvey. And school districts will often waive identification requirements in cases like that. Like,
so,
hey,
like, you don't need to show your birth certificate or something?
Yeah. So basically, like, hey, there's been a hurricane, they've been displaced. They'll just let you go ahead and enroll in school.
They'll take your word for it?
Uh-huh. And at some point, like, I guess not all districts will do it, but at least in this particular case, they did. And
he was lying.
Oh, he was.
So did he want to just have a career in basketball and he thought this might help, or
what
was the reason?
We don't exactly know, but, he was doing great. It was working. So everything was coming together.
He must have been living high off that. Someone's like, they're liking him. He's doing well. He's just he's just lying.
Don't you think you'd be terrified that you get found out?
Oh, you mean like it unravel?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I saw the one movie where the one person goes back to school and you're like, oh, you're like king then. I mean, he's doing great.
Yeah, the only problem here
but
is
I didn't even think anybody would ever find out.
What, in that movie, she had a crush on like one of the teachers or something?
Oh, that one? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, there's more than one.
There's plenty of them.
But one of the things that they're investigating now is he may have had a high school age girlfriend. That's not going to work out.
That doesn't work out.
So it actually ended up happening. One of his former coaches saw him and was like, no.
I am amazed. People think they could lie and like no one would find out.
I mean, it works. He went there for 9 months.
It's a long time.
That is a long time to pull that off. Plus, I mean, he must just have great skin, right? He just looks young. That baby face, and he was able to pull that off?
Paid it off for 9 months.
Man, that is crazy. That's like the CW. Here's a 30-year-old, but they're playing a character in high school.
We thought about selling the worst of the riot, but let's be honest, no one is buying this stuff. Get it for free on the RadioU app.
So your question of the morning this morning revolved around Promontory Point. And so I just want to say what's up to Mason. He tweeted at me and said, I can confirm this was in Wild Wild West. President Grant does it in the movie, but not in real life.
That was just, again, a theme question of the morning week for Ticket to Ride, which is a train game, a board game that we're playing on Thursday, our first ever Riot game night. You guys seem very excited for it. But that's Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on our RadioU Facebook page.
Speaking of, want to say hi to Mark in Sanford, Florida. His question, hey, are you guys playing the physical board game or the digital one? And two-parter here.
Yeah.
Also, will there be a fight over which color train pieces everyone will use?
Let's see. First one is I have the physical board game.
Yeah, we do.
Though we also have the digital version, but we're going to play, me, Obie, and Hudson are going to play the actual board game so you can watch us. And then second, I told him I've got first pick for colors. So ladies first. And then...
You know what, Nikki? I don't think ladies first is
it
actually...
Still works. It does.
No, it doesn't, because that's a gender bias in the opposite direction. And so for true equality to take place...
I should be last?
No. I think it's just we'll have to figure out a system whereby we can choose who is going to be the actual...
Well, we'll see. But...
So that'll take 20 minutes as we work through a system to figure out who gets to pick their color.
It is my copy of the board game, though, so maybe I'll just keep the colors.
We're already in it, guys. We're already in it.
I'm going to keep the color I want to play, and then you guys can pick from the rest of them. So when I present the game...
We're already in it. You guys are going to get a good look at Nikki. Some things about her, some things about her that you don't know, that she keeps tucked away, they're coming out. First off, it's mine, so I decide who gets what.
No, but I would like to pick the color.
Nope, you already showed it. Like, you went ahead and you were like, I tucked this away. It's out now.
I have, there's just a few favorite colors for board game pieces, and so I want to pick. I think I want yellow. Do you want yellow? Does Hudson want yellow?
You get to pick because you're a girl.
No, because I own the board game.
In every other possible circumstance, if Nikki gets singled out as a girl, she's furious. But since it gives her...
That's only when I'm Little Missy and Sugar Pie and in a derogatory way.
Well, don't you think it's derogatory that you should go first?
No, because I'm calling it that.
As if you're so weak that we need to make special allowance for you to go first?
Not weak, honored.
And why do we honor you? Because you're weaker.
No,
so
because
we
I
must
brought the
honor
game
you
in.
because you can't win your own honor.
No, you were elevating me to pick first because you're thanking me for bringing the game in.
And so now it's have or have nots. The haves are dictating to the have nots.
I'm from one side of the train tracks who has this board game.
Like, really, if it weren't for me, you wouldn't even be able to have this board game.
Can we handle Thursday night? Can we handle it?
Well, Nikki, all I'm doing right now, I'm just holding up a mirror.
I don't like it.
I'm just showing you.
Put the mirror down.
What you're showing.
No, I just want to know, can we handle it? Like, will Hudson be uncomfortable because he's going to be playing with us?
Here's going to be the part that's going to drive you probably the craziest. is I don't care. I'll take any color.
Don't mind? Yeah, so why are you giving it a problem?
Because
why can't you just let me have the yellow one?
Because, Nikki, I just want everybody to see the way that you were already manipulating to get what you want. And this is just the beginning. Because we haven't even started the game yet.
Wait till the snacks get in.
Wait till we get the snacks and the game starts.
Oh, my gosh.
You just wait and see.
You know, because we had one problem playing Monopoly once, and then that driving game, suddenly we have this competition problem.
No, I just feel like, I got to peek at the real Nikki in there.
Well, she's mad. I just want the yellow trains.
I want the yellow trains and I want to win. It is my game. It's my game and I'm a girl. I get to win.
No, I didn't say that. I just wanted to pick which color I wanted to play with. Oh, it's fine.
Is it getting hot in here, Nikki?
It is, actually. I can't wait till Thursday.
We searched for something positive to say about the riot and finally came up with one word. Consistent. Consistently terrible, but still consistent. RadioU.
Over the weekend, I became a celebrity. I was pretty excited about. Did you see it, Nikki, on Twitter?
No, what happened?
I got tweeted at by the official Xbox account.
Did you? If you look at their...
It's all coming together, guys.
This is where your real moment happens.
It's all coming together.
Were they tweeting a select amount of people, or what caused it?
Well, last week, as you'll recall, I was belittled by a coworker at a lunchtime
was that
discussion
me?
that we were having.
I wasn't belittling you.
I was shut up by a coworker. We were having lunch, and I was talking about...
You make me seem mean.
Nikki, sometimes...
I was encouraging you to buy an old game that Xbox released in 4K.
They did.
So that you can play on your new TV, and
yes.
You were talking yourself out of it. It was only $10. So I was like, why are you overanalyzing that? Just buy it.
Mm-hmm. So I tweeted about it.
Yeah.
And then the official Xbox account, I thought this was kind of cool. This is the part that gets me. They took an old picture of me, I guess from my Twitter profile, and they photoshopped together me in like a Jedi robe reaching for a controller. And I was just like, wow, maybe a bot did that. I don't know. But that seems like at least.
Is it promotion to promote Solo coming out or something?
No, it's for me to, I guess, buy the game. It says.
Oh, for Jedi Academy.
Right. So it's called Jedi Academy. And it says here at Obadiah Radio U, it's never too late to go back to school.
So did it sell you?
And it says rare achievement unlocked, saber every moment. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then the Xbox account said to me, you should definitely go for your master's degree.
See? They agree. And how come when I told you that, I was being mean to you?
No. That's not. See, it's tone, Nikki.
Oh, tone.
Tone is very, very important.
You're right.
And your tone was, just shut up and buy it already.
That's not what it was.
These guys were like, Obadiah, reach for the stars. All right? I want you to reach out there.
Buy that old game.
There are wars out there. I want you to reach for those stars. All right? Get out there. Do something about it. Get involved.
Oh, that must have been very exciting.
I don't know if it was exciting, but it was. It was. Yeah. I was like, yes, look at that.
They made me that.
And I believe my response to them was, I think you just sold a game.
Aww.
Now, I didn't buy it yet.
We're back to that again?
Well, no, you know what? I started playing God of War again over the weekend. I'm not done with it yet. And I
thought that was just okay for you.
No, I really like it. And I've been trying to stick to one game at a time. Now, that flew out the window with that SSX thing a couple weeks ago, but one game at a time.
You're back, okay.
So
before you pull out an old game.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. It's not on sale. So I'm going to try to finish what I have, and then you can have something else. Let's finish what you got first.
What a unique approach. Very grown up of you.
Well, if it's either that or just buy everything. So I'm trying to.
But at $10, remember what I told you at lunch? No. This isn't where we fight the war.
But I understand what you're saying. But my thought is hey, you've got something. Memorial Day weekend's coming up. Let's just play what we have, and then we'll get the other. And now that I've told you guys this, I'll probably buy it tonight.
That's how he works.
It's kind of like when Nikki was like, I'm not getting a Switch until I blank. And then within an hour, we were at Best Buy.
It's just how we work, which is why the show works so well.
It works.
Well, check it out at Obadiah Radio U. You can see the Xbox.
I retweeted them.
The pick that started it all.
Aww.
Worst of the riot, not enough. Check the blog and all things Riot at riot.radiou.com.
I don't know what it is, but we hit this point in the show every day and I get tired and hungry. So baby needs a little bottle and a nap. So you just
baby's tired.
Just lay me down and wrap me up and
get you a little something. You're going to sleep right away.
I'd say 90 minutes to 2.5 hours, and I'm going to be good to go for the rest of the day.
Really is like clockwork.
Until the afternoon nap, in which case I'll need some more.
Well, you need to get your sleep.
I do. You know what the problem is I didn't get enough stuff to help spike my blood sugar this morning, which is why the good people at Krispy Kreme are out there.
So apparently this is something they do each year, or they've done before, where every so often they'll change the glaze flavor, or they'll have another glaze flavor on their donut. So this is not like a flavor change for their other donuts. This is the simple glazed one.
Right. So you'll be able to get a blueberry glaze. It's available today through May 27th, and that's it. So if you really are, into it, you're going to have to.
They say they're pretty hard to
make it happen
find
now.
because they sell out.
Oh, come on.
And it's not at every Krispy Kreme location. It's just specific ones nationwide.
So I guess you call ahead. Yeah,
just to make sure.
That's what I want to do.
I think if you go to a freestanding Krispy Kreme, then I'm sure you're fine. So I think it's limited to probably mostly that.
It doesn't say that, though. We're just speculating.
That's what we do.
For all we know, there are 3 Krispy Kremes in the U.S. that do this.
Earlier this year, Krispy Kreme had a fan vote for a new limited time glaze, and lemon glaze won the popular vote. Those sold out, and so they decided to come out with a runner-up flavor, and the blueberry glaze won. So, again, that's limited.
First off, the lemon glaze is the worst idea.
Why? I think I'd like that.
Oh, no.
I used to love those lemon square bars. Yeah. Oh, yes. That sounds delicious.
I don't like lemon.
Yeah, well, okay. So blueberry,
Nikki,
though?
my mom says that lemon is a feminine flavor.
It is?
That she says that women like lemon and men usually don't. So men, my mom just told you no lemon for you. So now you want one.
Now if you like it, you're going to be like, what?
So I don't know. I'm not into blueberry either. I really, when it comes to confections, I'm really just looking for chocolate or peanut butter.
It'd be nice if it was a full chocolate glaze over the entire donut.
Yeah.
That'd be good. But again, limited till the 27th. If you like blueberry and you like the glaze, then this is going on now.
Hudson's coming in tomorrow. We should
send him out?
Well, just when on his way in.
If he wants to bring in blueberry
He
donuts?
could just stop by, get the blueberry glazed donuts.
Well, tomorrow he's coming in. He's going to be joining us on Thursday night. We're having a special Riot live event where you can watch us host a special show on Facebook. Mm-hmm. That's on our RadioU and our RadioU Riot pages. We're going to do a game night. We're playing Ticket to Ride. Yeah. So tomorrow Hudson's supposed to come in so we can talk game snacks. We've got to know what snacks we want for Thursday. Might as well have food while he talks about it.
Yeah, I mean, we were going to do these Doritos Blaze chips while he was in here.
Is that the new ones?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I think. I don't know. I found it at the store. It said new.
Okay. He just called for it. Here, slap a sign that says new somewhere near the bags. And you're like, I'll take it.
I know. I looked at it.
It doesn't say new on the bag, does it?
No, it doesn't. But it says, I will tell you that it has the promotional thing that all the other bags had on it. Track 3 to win. It's a Jurassic World thing.
So are these spicy Doritos? They're Blaze?
Blaze.
They look hot.
Yeah.
They're using a neon color.
I mean,
they look like they're on fire.
That's what it must mean. They must be hot, then.
Well, we'll try those tomorrow if you want.
All right. And maybe the donuts?
Okay, if you want. Well, you need something
Chips
to
and
cool
donuts?
down the heat.
Chips and donuts. It's perfect. That's what, I mean, yeah.
No, I'm going to eat healthy today. What did you guys have? Well, we had some chips and donuts. It's fine.
Don't act like it's wrong.
I wonder how that combination will taste. It's Blaze chips, hot chips, and blueberry donuts.
I feel like you got to have the blueberry donuts first.
I know. You hate the Riot. Why are they on the radio?
Stupid. Yeah.
Honestly, we can't trust them with anything else. It's the Riot on RadioU.
If right now I said to you, name for me the greatest smell in the world, you'll come up with a lot of things. You'll say chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
Coffee. Bacon. See, all breakfast foods. Stuff like that, right?
Well, outside the chocolate chip cookie part.
What are you talking about?
That does work, though. I mean, that's something.
Eggs. Look at all that protein.
Yeah.
They're great for you.
But you get a lot of smells, a lot of good ones.
One that you may not have thought of, but as soon as I say it, you'll be like, yeah, dude, Play-Doh.
Play-Doh. Oh, wow. What does that smell like?
What a glorious smell. I can smell it right now. If I just think about it, yeah, Play-Doh.
I feel like I remember it being nice, but I don't remember what it exactly would go with.
Oh, Play-Doh, Nikki. So great.
So what's Play-Doh doing, I take it?
Play-Doh has just trademarked their smell.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So they say that it's so unique that they can trademark it. And by the way, they're getting the trademark. Here's how they describe it. Sweet, slightly musky, vanilla-like fragrance with slight overtones of cherry and the natural smell of a salted wheat-based dough.
So for Play-Doh, though, I wonder why would they trademark the scent? Burger King every so often would come out with something that smells like their flame-broiled hamburgers. That's their perfume or cologne. Mm-hmm. So are they going to do something like that, or they just don't want other Play-Doh type companies making it smell similar?
Well, I believe that it's both.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely want a corner on the smell because it's unique to Play-Doh. I mean, I can smell it and feel it in my hands right now. I love Play-Doh. I have some in my office, so if you want to come by later and you want to smell the Play-Doh,
no wonder you remember it. Then it's in there.
It's in there. So there's that. And where was I?
Are they going to do a cologne or anything?
Play-Doh. I'm hoping. My great hope is I don't want Play-Doh cologne. But, man, give me a Play-Doh candle. I don't burn candles. I don't care about candles. I don't really like candles. But I'll tell you right now, you give me a Play-Doh candle, light it up. Let's make this place smell like Play-Doh. Yes.
Okay, you're down for that.
Let's do this.
All right.
I'm going to turn into a candle guy.
Just because of that.
I'm serious, man. I want a candle. Let's do it. Let's burn a candle.
Maybe they will. Again, other companies, remember the Hidden Valley Ranch is doing all that merchandise. They're coming up with creative items that you can buy that have their smell.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to pay $50 for a Play-Doh candle. But you get me one for between $5 and $10, I'll buy your candle.
Maybe the candle came with a 10-pack of Play-Doh.
No, even Play-Doh's not that expensive. Is it? I don't know. I bought some not long ago, but I don't remember what it cost.
We used it for work for something. Remember? That's why we bought it.
What did we use it for?
Well, we were going to do I made a little Play-Doh mini, me and you, that we were going to use for a spot, but we never did.
That's not what that Play-Doh's for.
You sure?
I can tell you it's not. I bought that Play-Doh and I used it. I went and spoke somewhere and I used that Play-Doh as an example.
So when I
came back, I just brought my Play-Doh back with me.
And never left your office?
Every once in a while when things aren't going very well, I get the Play-Doh out. So, only a couple times a day.
You come out, you're smelling like it. They're like, oh, is it going all right?
It's like, man, you smell like childhood and happiness. Oh, yeah, I do.
You're listening to the worst of the riot.
Today sucks.
Radio U.
Nikki, over the weekend, I finally got a chance to watch Wolf Warrior 2.
You're doing the hand-punching moment.
You got to punch every time you say, Wolf Warrior. I think you need one for every syllable. Wolf Warrior 2.
So what is it?
That's that Chinese action movie that was like the highest grossing movie in China. I think it was last year.
We watched the trailer for it, didn't we?
We did watch the trailer for it.
It was kind of bad. But it looked like just slightly off from a Hollywood blockbuster.
That's the best way to describe it.
It still has people that you recognize for some reason mixed into it, but it's just not the same.
It's got the guy from Captain America Winter Soldier who pops up at the beginning of Captain America Civil War. He starts out as like Cap's friend, but then he's the bad guy. That actor plays like the main bad guy in this movie, Wolf Warrior 2. It's on. I wanted to rent it at one point, and I forgot about it, and it popped up on Hulu over the weekend. So see, Hulu's paying for itself, Nikki. Just paying for itself. Yeah. So I watched an hour of it. And
it seemed like that was the entire length of it.
I just got to a point where I was like, I got to take a break. And I never.
It's 2 hours and 3 minutes left. You have an hour and 3 minutes to go.
I may go back to it, but it really feels like a mid-90s action movie. So think The Rock, Armageddon, Con Air. It feels like that, but made today and made in China. couple of highlights that were my absolute favorite. Okay, they end up, I don't know where they are in Africa, but for reasons that I only slightly understand, the plotting is very bad. Like, they end up in Africa, and he, like, there's this shot of all of these, like, Navy ships coming away from land, and they all have American flags on them, and then there's
like
one...
we're fleeing?
Exactly. The Americans are running away, but one Chinese warship is willing to whatever.
To go fight.
And they keep making references. Like this girl is like, we just need to get to the American embassy. And he's like, you think Americans are the best in the world? They ran. And I'm just like, yes, this is our movies, but in China.
Sure.
So it's like, of course, when we watch a movie, the United States Marines would never run. But in a Chinese movie, the Americans...
We ran a long time ago.
They ran away, and only the Chinese were willing to stay and do something about it.
So was it 2017 the most,
I think
the
it was
highest
last
grossing?
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was last year.
Because that's when we watched the trailer for it. We're like, I wonder why this thing's making so much money in China.
Yeah. It has a bunch of weird profanity. You know when you hear people that don't speak English natively swearing and it doesn't make a lot of sense? It's got plenty of that.
It's because they pick it up from other movies. They're like, oh, yeah, it'll go in there.
It felt like they were like, well, yeah, American audiences will totally get this. And you're like, maybe just have one guy on set to just be like, let's not do that.
A consultant is what's good.
Something like that.
Sure.
Though, like, the production value is high. Like, it looks like they really spent a bunch of money on it. But I had a hard time taking it seriously because, again, time and again, things kept happening. There's a huge action sequence, and I was just like, okay, can anybody explain to me why we're all shooting at each other? Really? Can you explain it to me? Okay. And can you explain to me why they're chasing him? Because he, at this point,
along?
Well, it's just funny because, like, he's a nobody that just happens to be, like, in between these two armies fighting. And so he runs off, and they start chasing him. And it was like, they don't have any reason to chase him. There's no reason at all.
Because he ran.
I mean,
they're just running after him.
So, like, but they send seemingly hundreds of guys after him. It's like, no. Like, you got to at least have a reason why they're doing this.
Well, you're 1 hour in.
But, Nikki, the other side of it could be some of the subtleties of the language could be lost.
Lost on that. Yeah. Wolf Warrior 2.
2! And let me tell you
what. This is no way an endorsement. This is just, hey, Obi, watch part of it.
I feel like I'm probably going to finish it, maybe, but I feel like Wolf Warrior 3 is just a given.
Well, wait, where was 1?
They
was there
made
one?
It? Yeah, there was a 1 because there are like callbacks to it.
To it? Okay, well, maybe you should watch that one too. You need to watch the whole thing.
Well, listen, I have to finish the first one.
No, you should have watched Wolf Warrior 1. Maybe 2 would make more sense.
Oh, I've got a thing where I watch half of a, Hong Kong action movie. I still haven't finished that John Woo one, and now I'm halfway through Wolf Warrior 2. I just need to find a new one.
This was the worst of the riot, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The riot exists because Radio U exists, and Radio U only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.
Plus, I mean, he must just have great skin, right?